Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Arsenal take on FC Nurnberg in Germany tomorrow, July 8th. And we're going to be looking at the predicted lineup and also a couple of names that could feature for Arsenal for the first time. And the big question, lads, can you guess it? And I'm going to ask you in the comments to let me know. Do you think Gabriel will score on his debut if he plays tomorrow against FC Nuremberg? And how many goals do you think he will score? The last game we played, our striker Edin Ketia scored a hat-trick. Do you think FC Nuremberg will concede a goal to Gabriel? I'm going to tell you much about the opposition that we are playing against, and also I will tell you much about the squad fitness, the players that are available, and the players that are not available. My prediction, and then your prediction as well in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you join me in the comment section by giving me your prediction on this one. It will be live on the Arsenal website if you want to watch it. I think it's going to be £1.9 to watch it. That is around $2.5 if you want to watch it on the Arsenal website. So make sure your credit cards are ready and make sure you watch the game tomorrow. Of course, we'll have a match reaction after that. But talking about FC Nuremberg, a little history about them, or something little just to know about them. Their home ground is the Max Morlock Stadium, where the game will be hosted tomorrow in Germany. They're playing in the second tier of German football. That is in the in the Bundesliga 2. And last campaign, they surprisingly finished 8th in the second Bundesliga. They played 34 games there, won 14, drew 9, and lost 11. They conceded 49 goals and scored 49 goals as well. So their goal difference last campaign was 0. And the reason is why I think these statistics really matter is because unlike the other games that they played already in preseason, where they've already lost 2 games and won 1, I think the only opponent that I can recognize there is Ludogorets. That is the opposition you feel is worthy mentioning. So they played against Ludogorets and they lost that game 2-0. But why I think their statistics matter from last campaign is the fact that I think against Arsenal, they will try to field their best team. And of course, look, I have no problem with a team giving us that much respect and bringing out their best team. So one of the things we've already seen with them is that they concede goals, 49 conceded last campaign, but then they also score 49 goals scored. That is close to 50 goals scored last campaign from 34 games. That is actually not very, very bad. Now, the last time they played in the German Bundesliga, that was way back in 2018-2019. And it looks like they've been on and off, jumping into the German Bundesliga and going back. They've been relegated 9 times in the last, in the last 10 years. Sorry, not really even 10 years, but I think in the last 20 years, they've been relegated 9 times. So it shows you they're a club that is at that level, qualifying for the German Bundesliga, and then getting relegated once again. So the last time they played in the German Bundesliga, that was in 2018-2019. But the true picture of this club can be given to you by the capacity of their stadium. The Max Morlock Stadium is a 50,000 seater. And Nuremberg are not a very, very small side in their history. They've really had some good years in the German Bundesliga and also in German football. And that's why you see they are non-trivialized. They're a club that are actually given that kind of respect in Germany. So we're not playing the smallest of sides, although in recent years they've not really achieved that kind of success. But Arsenal are really taking on a very, very historical side in Germany. When it comes to Arsenal, we expect the strongest lineup as well, because if you're going to play in that 50,000 seater, you never know. You might have people watching you, so you don't want to play the worst team in the world. And I hate it when Arsenal lose preseason games. I just loved it under Arsene Wenger because we never lost preseason games. Not many that we lost under Arsene Wenger in preseason. So I think Arsenal will try to field their best lineup, try to get these players running, try to get the players that are available some game time, and also try to make sure that the best team this time is utilized very, very well by the team. Now, a couple of players, according to the Sports Mall, are not yet back in training, and that includes Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard. Thomas Partey is not with the team at the moment. Currently, Aaron Ramsdale as well, and Granit Xhaka. So a couple of players that joined their international teams after shortly after the seasons ended are not yet back with Arsenal. So you don't expect the likes of Martin Odegaard, who represented Norway. You don't expect Aaron Ramsdale, who represented England. Ben White as well, I think. I'm not really sure, but I think Ben is back. But Ramsdale is not back. Saka is not back, and some few names. So the players that are available are the players that we've signed this summer. Those are already available, and a couple of other players that have come back from loan. The likes of Hector Bellerin, Ainsley Maitland-Niles is also back. I think Pablo Mari is back as well. William Saliba is not back at Arsenal. Have I seen William at Arsenal? I've not really seen William Saliba at Arsenal. So Saliba will not be seen in this game as well. So let's get to the predicted lineup and see what could be the lineup that Mikel Arteta comes up with in this game. Now, in goal, I think Matana is ready to play for us. I don't know how many people agree or disagree with me on this one, but I think Matana is ready to play with the team. So in goal, I'm going to go with Matana right there. Matana, Arsenal goalkeeper. There, new signing from the new, I think it's called the New England Revolution. That's the team. So I think, look, with Matana, it's going to be his debut for Arsenal, and it's gonna give us some kind of insight about what he is as a player, what he's all about as a player. Now, I don't expect many Arsenal fans to know much about him. This should be a game that gives us that kind of introduction. Whether it's gonna be a Runason, you don't want him to be an Alexander Runason, and then you play him against Manchester City in a very, very crucial game. So Matana, in my opinion, should appear in the team in that game. Now, in the back four, I think. Listen, this is what I think. Pablo Mari should appear. I hope I can. I hope they'll bring the name. Pablo Mari. Yeah, there is. So I think Pablo Mari should. Be part of the team that plays tomorrow. Gabriel Magalhaes is joined Brazil. That is what I remember. So he joined Brazil, and he might not be available. He might be available though. Yeah, I think he's available. He was training, but Pablo Mari then should play in that role. But I would be very okay with with Gabriel playing in the position. Alongside him then should be Rob Holding. I don't think this is a very, very very hard game. Serious game. So Rob Holding should do the trick. I think that should be the centre back pairing that we see tomorrow against Nurnberg. Hector Bellerin was used by Mikel Arteta in the recent game against Ipswich, and I expect him to feature again. He was actually captain. So Hekeby at right back, no problems there. At left back, Kieran is back. Are we going to rush him really? Cedric played at left back in the Ipswich game, and I reckon Mikel Arteta will keep him. Cedric Suarez, right? He will keep him. I think that could be the back four. The only changes could be either Ben White or Gabriel Magalhaes. Both of them are back in training, I can confirm. But I think if there is any change, then it's going to be Pablo Mari out of the team. Now, in midfield, without Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, I'm very, very intrigued to see what's going to happen. But I think El Neni should be the player playing in that single pivot. We all know he's not that good, and we all know he's not that sufficient. He doesn't have the minerals. He doesn't have, the kind of force that players like, Thomas Partey have. But he's all we have. So El Neni should be playing in that single pivot role. Just like I said, it's only preseason. And then ahead of him, you would love to see Fabio Vieira, wouldn't you? But it's going to be, and Martin Odegaard is also not available as well. So I reckon it's going to be El Neni, Lokonga as well. Lokonga as your number 8, and Bo Progresa. And then right here, Emil Smith Rowe is back as well in training, right? But who should be playing? Who comes in to complete the midfield here? Odegaard not available. Fabio Vieira not available. Fabio Vieira is nursing a foot injury, so he won't be available. I'm really intrigued to see who's going to be playing here. But in my opinion, if you ask me to play one player in there, in that, for creativity, I would play Emil Smith Rowe in that number 10 role. But Smith Rowe is just, I think it needs more time to rest. But anyway, we'll go with Smith Rowe. I think he would give us that kind of creativity. So Smith Rowe, Albasam Lokonga, and Mohamed El Neni. It's not a midfield that I would really want to see. Not the best of midfields, but I think the absence of Thomas Partey and Xhaka automatically means Lokonga and El Neni come in, and then the absence of Odegaard and Fabio Vieira means Emil Smith Rowe plays as the number 10, which is actually not something very, very bad. Now up top, I reckon left wing we could see Reece Nelson again play with the team. Reece Nelson playing with the team was again not Nelson Semedo, but Reece Nelson. So I have to find Reece Nelson right here. Okay, just can't find him, so I need to. Reece Nelson. How come? Oh, no. I spelled it wrongly. I think it's spelled Race. Reece Nelson. So I think Reece Nelson, part of the 3 up top. I reckon Edin Ketia will start as well. But I think he will play Edin Ketia wide, not down through the middle. So Edin Ketia wide, and then Gabriel Jesus. I think he'll play Gabriel Jesus. I'm very, very convinced about that. I'm very convinced he'll play Gabriel Jesus. So that is the 11 that I think Mikel will go for. Sorry about that. I didn't know that I was using the other camera. But this is the 11 that I think Mikel Arteta will go for. Matsana, Cedric, Murray, Holding, Bellerin, Smith Rowe, El Neni, Albert Sambilakonga, Reece Nelson, Nketiah, and Gabriel Jesus. Couple of players are not yet back. You will excuse the team for that. So a couple of players are not back for that game against Nurnberg. But I think it's one game that Arsenal could win. They concede a lot of goals. Arsenal good at scoring, and I think our defensive awareness and ability and strength as well has improved a lot under Mikel Arteta. So Arsenal 3, Nuremberg 1. That should do the deal. Yeah, that should really do the deal. We'll be back with transfers. Don't worry.